With the 101st pick in the 2022 draft, Joe Douglas and the New York Jets selected Jeremy Ruckert, the hometown kid from Long Island. The former OSU tight end is a well-rounded player. People are saying that he's going to be a better pro than he was a prospect because of the limited opportunities he saw. So let's take a look at the film and I'll show you why. He's a great complement to CJ Uzomah and Tyler Conklin. Let's go.
This is Scott Mason from the PLAJ podcast, and when I was a kid, I used to love eating cereal every morning for breakfast. But unfortunately, as I got older, I realized I couldn't deal with all those carbs and sugars, and so I gravitated away from cereal. But thankfully, Magic Spoon is here to save the day and bring me back to my cereal eating roots. The beauty of Magic Spoon is that there's 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories per serving. A lot of different flavors. My favorite is Honey Nut, as you can see from this video. It's fantastic. They have plenty of other flavors too. I also love the cocoa. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. You can't beat that, especially when you're talking about cereal. Click the link below to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use the promo code PLAJ at checkout, and you'll get $5 off any order. Or go to magicspoon.com/PLAJ. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link below and be like me. Eat cereal for breakfast and have it be healthy cereal that tastes good and you don't have to feel bad about it. Use promo code PLAJ for $5 off or go to magicspoon.com/PLAJ to save $5 today.
What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and I've got no doubt that this year's third rounder Jeremy Ruckert is going to be a fan favorite for a very long time. A lot of people wanted him in the pre-draft process. Local kid, but more than that, a really good prospect and someone with a diverse skill set that's going to fit very nicely in this Mike LaFleur offense. So the best comp and pro comparison I've heard for Jeremy Ruckert was Dalton Schultz, the Cowboys tight end, who fans desperately wanted in free agency before he got franchise tagged. I think it is spot on for a lot of reasons. The first of which, it's the pass catching, which I think can get a lot better and become more prevalent in the NFL. He destroys teams down the seam. He does a great job stretching the field vertically, and he catches it outside his frame. Here are some examples of that. Jeremy Ruckert, number 2 receiver on the left-hand side of your screen. You're going to watch him take on the linebacker and watch how he uses his hands. That is key to this win. Gets off the line of scrimmage and have a look at him. Left-hand side of your screen, uses his hands to swipe away the hands of the linebacker. He sets him up to the outside, wins to the inside, and then catches the ball away from his frame and rumbles for more yards after the catch. I'm going to let it play at full speed now. Hand usage, get off, setting up the stem, and then catching it away from his frame. That's exactly what you want from a tight end, and that's what I saw from Schultz in the Cowboys offense. I loved this subtle hand usage. These are things that a lot of people don't notice, but this is how you win in the NFL. This is probably one of the best plays that Jeremy Ruckert made in his limited opportunities at OSU, and it was from the national championship game against Alabama. Take a look at this one-hand snag. You can see him circled on the right-hand side of your screen. Again, against this kind of Tampa 2 look that they rotate to, I want you to watch how he releases to the outside, but then works back to the middle. And not only that, look at the catch point. Stabs it with one hand, plucks it out of the air, and again, look how quickly he's able to get north-south and turn this catch into a yards after catch opportunity. I like that for a tight end. Just watch this at full speed though. Nuance, I'll rewind it. Nuance getting past the linebacker at the stem and the ability to bend it around to find the hole and to make a circus catch. That is a huge strength and something I loved on his film. From the same playoffs in 2020 against Clemson this time, doing his work down the seam with Justin Fields in the red zone. The Jets haven't really had a great red zone threat running these stick nod type concepts. He's the second tight end off the line of scrimmage. I want you to watch him get a clean release and then again watch him set up with his route running. The way he fakes to the outside like this could be some kind of speed out or corner route, then breaks it down the seam and makes an extended catch away from his frame and scores the touchdown. One more time at full speed. Get your work done. Nuanced route runner. Stretch it down the seam. Big catch radius. Love to see that. So when you're watching this video, I don't want you to think, well, Jeremy Ruckert can only win down the seam running one route. I'm showing you what is a differentiator in his skill set. What's going to allow him to be an above average player if he hits his ceiling. And something he did really well and that kept standing out was his ability to make adjustments at the catch point. This is a great example, again, when running down the seam. He's in the left-hand side of your screen as a slightly detached tight end. And I want you to watch how, as he's coming down the seam, he's wide open. There's nothing impressive about this route or this get off. There's no nuance here. What I like is the ability to contort his body at the catch point. As this is getting thrown over the hash, look how he's got his head back to Justin Fields. The throw's behind him. He's effortlessly able to rotate his body. And then again, look how quickly he redirects his feet, gets north-south, and is able to become a ball carrier and a very dangerous threat for the tight end position. One more time at full speed, Jeremy Ruckert is able to adjust at the catch point, and that is super important. It's going to help Zach Wilson. A little inaccurate throw still becomes a 30 or 40 yard game. That's a QB's best friend. And then this is a fantastic little option route, and this is something that the OSU team does extremely well, the wide receivers and the tight end group. Right here, the number 2 receiver from the bottom of your screen, so close to the line of scrimmage, he gets off, he's attacking the safety one-on-one, and you can tell the safety's worried about this little inside post. He starts to move to the outside. Watch how he breaks this 7 corner route, and then again is able to make just a really fluid catch. He's fantastic at catching the ball away from his frame. You've heard me say that probably 3 or 4 times. But what stands out is how easily and efficiently he moves to get out of that break, to make the catch, and once again, to get downfield quickly. He's not someone who takes a long time to change direction, something I really liked. So if you're looking for an intermediate to deep threat from the tight end position, someone who can attack vertically from the seam on corner routes, Jeremy Ruckert's your guy. So let's transition to the running game now and the blocking from Jeremy Ruckert, because that's where I really think this Dalton Schultz comparison goes to the next level and becomes even more accurate. Yes, he wins down the seam, but there's a perception that Dalton Schultz is one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL. I think he's adequate. I think he's good. I think he's got a high effort. But I think there's some technical flaws, and they're the same technical flaws that I saw for Jeremy Ruckert. But let's focus on the positives first. His strengths as a blocker is moving in space and making blocks in space. He's on the right-hand side of your screen, just off the line of scrimmage, in line as the Y tight end. And Jeremy Ruckert, in space, when he's allowed to take some steps to move laterally and affect the defensive lineman or the linebacker who's blitzing, does a fantastic job of working him around the corner. This is effort. This is length. This is the ability to control him and do enough. And he sets up a very long run for OSU. This is when you're going to see him be successful. This is when you see the willingness, and technique doesn't show up as much. In space, it's get a hat on a hat and high effort blocking. Another fantastic example of Jeremy Ruckert winning. You're going to see him here on the left-hand side of your screen. He's going to get underneath number 7, the defensive end's armpit, and look at the hand positioning, the hand placement, and how he's able to work him down the line of scrimmage and cause 7-8 yards of displacement. A fantastic job of getting underneath the arm, understanding leverage, and attacking that spot, and able to wash him right down the line of scrimmage and open up another huge lane. A fantastic job from Jeremy Ruckert. These are the kind of things with his feet moving laterally that I was really impressed by. Here's another example from the semi-final against Clemson from 2020 of Ruckert blocking in space. The play's already started, apologies about that, but he's on the left-hand side of your screen, inline tight end. I want you to watch how he climbs to the second level, gets to the safety with the long hair there, shooting to try and get to this run, how he's able to get great hands, inside leverage, and then drive him out of the play, open up an enormous lane, again, all because of Jeremy Ruckert, and that's a touchdown. That's a fantastic job moving in space, getting out, lateral movement. Again, when he's able to go east-west and get his feet going across the line of scrimmage and block across the field, I think he's fantastic, and it's the strength of his game. That's a touchdown, and it's because of number 88 from OSU. This is a fantastic job from Jeremy Ruckert. This is the strength of his blocking. But here are the issues if you're asking me. It's balance and it's getting in front of your pads. And this is the same issue I had with Dalton Schultz. I'm going to just run off 4 or 5 examples of it. This was in the first 2 games that I watched of Jeremy Ruckert. Right hand side of your screen, number 88. Look how he gets out in front of his pads and is just able to be swum over and clubbed away with that backhand. It's just too easy. Don't be out in front of your pads. Don't be off balance. Don't be lunging. You got to play with better technique and keep your head up. You cannot duck your head, and he loses far too easily. Another example, this time he's going to be on the right-hand side of your screen again, climbing to the second level. Again, these kind of outside zone looks. Once again, just off balance, head down, out in front of his pads, gets thrown out of the way, and his direct opponent makes the tackle. In the red zone this time, left-hand side of your screen, get to number 17. Just affect him. A little effective block here could be a touchdown. Completely whiffs again. Why? Look at the position. Lunging, head down, out in front of his pads. I think you can see the theme here. I'm not saying this is going to be what stops him from being a good NFL player, but this needs to be addressed because there were far too many examples. I'm going to give you one more. Against Clemson, left-hand side of your screen, number 88. Again, climbing to the second level. What can he do on this designed QB run to affect the play? He just doesn't slow down his feet. He's playing out in front. He's out of control. And once again, he whiffs. That's where Jeremy Ruckert needs to improve. So guys, that's a quick breakdown of Jeremy Ruckert. Overall, I thought it was terrific value at 101. You get a guy who can stretch the field down the seam. He can do some of those Jason Witten things where he can run the stick routes or the speed outs and win over the middle. But on top of that, he's also a really willing blocker. And I showed you how mobile he is in space and moving laterally across the line of scrimmage. If he can clean up some of his outside zone things, and when he's going north-south, not getting in front of his pads, not playing with his head down, I think he's going to be a really well-rounded player. I think he's going to be a starter for the Jets in the next 3 or 4 years, and that is what you're looking for at the back half of the third round.